if you have the correct amount of melanin in your skin, and if you don't get caught,
Hmm.
you can get away with pretty much anything. Let's check this out. Black couple blames random white people for brutal injuries they inflicted on their toddler.
All right. So hang on. Okay. So this is a classic example of the left who literally has lost grip on reality. They're doing all kinds of bullshit and they're blaming it on everyone else around them.
Yep.
This is the world we're in now.
And what's messed up is that this honestly sounds like an honest mistake. Because, kids, especially when they're young, will just fuck off and do whatever. They're not listening to you. From what I understand, I think it was a toddler kid, so he was like 2 to 3 years old. The guy was in his car, and they ran him over when he was backing out with his vehicle.
Oh no.
I guess the kid was running behind the car or something.
Okay, that's bad.
I mean, I have been in the car when a friend of mine, I think we were like 5 at the time, he decided that he was going to jump out of the back seat into the driver's seat. And while he was pretending to drive, he's like, oh, look, a gear shift. Ka-chunk. And the car started backing into the road. Mom is on the front porch saying bye to whoever, has to run. And she slapped the shit out of him right in front of me for doing that.
Good. That's the way it should be.
Don't ever do that. He was scaring the shit out of me. I was like, maybe not. Maybe not. He go for the face. Don't go for the face, Mom. God.
Gut punch.
Yeah. But instead of just accepting the fact that they fucked up and they weren't keeping an eye on their toddler, they decided, well, we'll just blame it on random white folks. And this is how it went down here. According to authorities, Gates told him that a car driven by an unknown white female and male had pulled out of a parking spot at the Maverick on Maureen Apartments on Ridgeway and hit his son as he and his family were getting into their car. After Martinez was questioned by police, they claimed that the details of her account were different from Gates. So, mommy and daddy having two different stories. It's shocker they don't share the same last name. Oh, don't hit me.
Yeah.
Just saying. 75% born out of wedlock, just saying. Martinez was reportedly combative at the Fort Worth hospital and refused to give an interview to police. Forensic evidence showed that Gates had lied to police about the location of where his child had been hit because they found blood in the parking lot of their apartment complex, not across the street, which Gates had stated. Gates is now out on bond and informed police that he wanted to change his story and said that he accidentally backed over his son who had run behind the car. So it is just a legit mistake.
Yeah. So the kid's dead?
No, he's had injuries, but he's not dead.
All right, good.
And then the second statement was corroborated by two other children who were present in the car at the time of the incident.
Yeah, look.
Wow.
I mean, that's a terrible situation.
It is. But just accept that the shit happens.
Yeah, shit happens. Kids do stupid shit. And
instead, they deliberately, they could have provoked a local race riot with this shit.
Oh, yes, they could have.
And the leftoids do this all the time. And because the blame game has been so firmly embedded into our brains, the white guilt bullshit, whiteys will just like kneel down and accept it. Oh, yeah, that sounds like something we would do. We my ass.
No. What the hell are you talking about?
Whatever happened to accountability and adulthood?
Well, that's part of the reason why we are where we are is we have a whole generation who literally has been coddled and entitled, and they have no accountability. They've never had to face repercussions for bad decisions and actions.
Yep. And then meanwhile, they're literally asking an entire race of people, the majority of the population in this country, to accept responsibility for shit that happened 200 years ago that we had nothing to do with.
Yeah, I don't even know if my relatives were in this country back then.
Mine weren't. I remember when I was a kid, somebody tried to get my dad in on one of those genealogy grifts. Like, oh, we'll trace your heritage and find out that you were like Scottish royalty or some shit. Just keep sending us money and we'll do that. And they offered to print a book called Kleiners Since the Civil War. Like, my dad was like, that really wouldn't fly since we weren't here.
Yeah, no, but Kleiner is a pretty common name
and very German, very German.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Who knows? Maybe some of your relatives were goose stepping during World War II and World War One.
They were here by then.
Okay.
They were here by then because like my grandfather fought in World War II on the American side, so on and so forth. So,
gotcha.
It's a good time. So yeah, basically that whole white guilt thing, you can shove it up your ass because I don't want anything to do with it. And don't ask me to rim your bonus hole to try to get it out because I'm not doing it.
No, we're not doing that, man.
Oh! You're a lump of vomit. Disgusting.
Yeah, that whole lump of vomit thing. I was going round and round with one of my editors who's from England. And he's like, lump of vomit?
He didn't get it.
So I had to change some shit in the book, yeah.
So we got to change lump of vomit. We have to figure out lump of vomit and sandwich meat.
Oh, the funniest one, though, is because I'm a dyslexicist, is I was writing about him standing on the edge of this pond. And I'm like, a genital breeze blew across the pond. Oh, my God. That was hilarious.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporters Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the Meat Gazer box.